Today we're going to take you and show you the suburbs and outskirts of Prague, of the touristic Prague. Because if you look at a map that tourists get when they come to Prague and you pinpoint the spot where we are right now, it looks like the very edge, a suburb. But it is not. As you can see, we're standing in a city, and today we're going to show you this beautiful part, including this lookout. We're standing on top of the Vítkov National Monument. The hill is called Vítkov. There's many tunnels going under it. You can see the hill from all around the city, mainly the statue of Jan Žižka. How to get to this amazing viewpoint? It is actually easy, despite the fact that it may seem like we're on the edge of the touristy map. We're not. We're still in the heart of the city. So it's only 4 stops away on a tram, which is very easy to use. Take number 5 or number 9 to Lipanska, and then, yes, you will have to walk a bit because we're on top of a hill. But don't worry, the last part is an elevator. If you do arrive to Prague via train, the hill will be the first thing you will experience because there's a very long tunnel under it. You can also walk through the hill because these 2 city parts needs to be connected. So there is a pedestrian and cyclist tunnel going through it. And there's a big sign above the tunnel that says, "Don't be afraid." If you look past the church, you'll see a girl pedestrian bridge that is nicknamed the Girl because it connects 2 city parts that are called Holešovice and Karlín, and Holka means a girl in Czech. And we've actually made an episode where we walk from that bridge to here. So if you're interested in this part of the town, check out that video, and it is worth discovering as well. But we're going to go that way. Part of the memorial building is also this terrace, and it is attached to a lovely coffee place. So get your coffee, beer, whatever, and enjoy what I believe is the most luxurious view of Prague. It's dead empty. I mean, yes, we're here on a weekday before noon, but I was here even on a weekend, and it was still kind of empty. So fill up the places. And I'm sure I don't have to remind you that this is mainly a national monument, not just a lookout point. So discover the inside. You can visit the tomb of the unknown soldier, pay tribute to him and to our army. And since it's a national monument, all the stone here used is from the Czech lands. At least that's what Wikipedia said. And if you manage to run up the hill, this is where you can have your rocky moment. I absolutely love hills in cities, lookouts. Whenever I go to a city that has a hill, that's the first place I go to, so I get an idea of what the city looks like and I can actually look at it and then walk through it. The other hill that would be your choice is Petřín, but more tourists know about it, more tourists go there. And speaking of tourists, the city during the summer, it's so crowded. You can barely move through the streets. It's getting exhausting. But if you look here, it's a different story. Jan Žižka, the famous Czech warrior, one-eyed warrior, has the largest statue riding on a horse that I know of. And when I was a kid, I was always lied to, and I believe I was not the only kid in Prague or Czech Republic, that this is the largest statue in the world with a person riding on a horse. It is not. I found many different sources, and it's the 6th largest bronze statue in Europe or whatever. But you know what? In my head, it's still the largest one in the world, and it's pretty damn big. If you're watching this video saying, "Oh, this guy is giving some good tips, but what if I take his tips, the walk, and I get lost?" Well, you better have your phone ready, and when I say phone ready, I also mean internet-wise. And if you're traveling to a foreign country, you may face some ridiculous roaming fees. That's why it's good to have a local SIM card. And when I say SIM card, I mean eSIM card, which is the partner and sponsor of our video, Saily. It's an app you download to your iPhone, to your Android, whatever device you have. You select the country you're going to. Hopefully it will be Czech Republic, but any country around the world. You purchase the local eSIM card still from your home. And once you get to the country, your phone will be working just like home. Did I hear you say, "We want a discount"? Well, here's a discount for you, 15% if you use code HONESTGUIDE at checkout. So have your phone ready when you arrive here, and you can follow all the tips we gave you in your maps, in your phone, wherever, whenever. Thank you, Saily, and let's move on with the walk. The hill we were on top of, we're now inside of, in an old railroad tunnel, or now it's called old because it's no longer used. There was a railroad track, but they built new tunnels, therefore they got rid of the tracks, and people, pedestrians, cyclists, roller skaters can use it now. Despite the fact that it's been here for 15 years, to us this is still kind of new and kind of cool. And if you follow it further down, you'll see different apartment buildings being built next to it. There's a cool square we'll show you, and it's called the Prague Highline because it was tracks and now it's for pedestrians. And just like the one in New York that is extremely famous and popular, it is the most visited site in New York City with tourists. The Prague Highline is a hidden gem and a secret. Is that a train coming? Dude. My tip, how I did this walk with my girlfriend a couple of weeks ago, is we took a tram up to a place called Pražačka, where you get off the tram and you walk through the tunnel along the High Line. We climb up the hill. We had a beer at U Vystřeleného Voka, which is the coolest pub, and then we just got back to the city center. If you follow this path, that will get you to the main train station because it was a railroad track. Now, all the houses along this track that used to be a railroad track were facing the other way because they didn't want to face railroad tracks and trains and noise. Therefore, the old houses have no balconies, sometimes windows, but usually not like a room or a kitchen window. The new buildings are quite opposite and different because they do want to have the view and the balcony towards a lovely, beautiful park. If I had lived here back then, I would want to have a view of the trains, obviously. You'd never guess that you're in the heart of Prague looking at this, huh? Some memories of the old railroad tracks are still here. Dun, 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 dun. As you walk down from the hill to this part of town called Žižkov, you'll get to this newly, beautifully reconstructed square where we just had a great lunch in the Planet Žižkov pub. I had the traditional Czech food, which is fried cheese, and I absolutely love it, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You can also get some drinks in the pub, what is something you don't come across in downtown Prague anymore. I mean, you do come across it, but they don't work, and those are public water pumps. Please do not pump this one. You just lift the handle and water will start flowing. It's sort of a fake pump. And if you are a tourist and you have your luggage and you want to know how heavy they are, there's also a public weight, public scale. Because back in the days there was a house where it was a public scale, so you could know how much things weigh. Now tourists are like, okay, Ryanair should leave me alone with this. On one of the streets, you look at a house. From the outside, it's just a regular house, but then you enter into the inner block, and voila, there is a chapel, Bethlehem Chapel, that has its sister in downtown Prague that's very famous, visited by tourists, but not too many people know of this one, in Žižkov. I didn't know just a couple weeks ago, but my girlfriend took me here and she showed me. And if you look at it, you may recognize some of the angles because the author of this place, Emil Králíček, is also an author of the famous Cubist lamp in Prague. There's a city within the city, and those are the inner blocks of Prague, especially Žižkov, where we showed you the beautiful chapel, and now this lovely coffee called Café Pavlach. Pavlach, the word actually has a meaning. It refers to the balcony, gallery, commune balconies that are around me that connect the different apartments. Therefore, there's no hallway, but the hallway is sort of outside. That's the word for Pavlach. It was missing on English Wikipedia, so help me out what the actual word is. We got ourselves some lovely lemonades that look good on our video and probably on your Instagram. We also had some food, but we ate it. So I guess we're starting a hashtag empty plate. But if I would come here in the evening or ever again, I would rather have a beer because they actually have on tap a beer that is called Poutník, which you rarely come across. I don't think there's a place in downtown Prague where they would have this beer. And this is coming from a guy wearing Pilsner Urquell Converse shoes. And if you prefer art over coffee, you can also find that here in this coffee place. At the very end, there is a beautiful gallery. Honza just went to check it out and he was absolutely impressed. One of the reasons I would go with the beer next time is because it's €1 cheaper than the lemonade. Now, if Honza was standing in my place, he would tell you that this square is popular among Netflix fans of the film movie Gray Man that was actually shot here with Ryan Gosling in Prague, where anything you can imagine they demolished in the film. Now, since I am still the host, I'm going to tell you about this lovely coffee place hidden under the trees. We're in the center of this part of Prague, Žižkov, under the trees, which is the name of this coffee place, under the trees, sort of a nice park. There's currently a gathering, there's gonna be some live music, dance, simple coffee place. And I'm thinking of downtown Prague. I'm thinking of Old Town Square, where there's probably the same size park just behind the astronomical clock, and it's one of the most hideous places I know. Nobody has touched it in decades. They just let trees grow. There's some benches. It's dirty, it's ugly. It's the back of the stalls that are facing the square, so it creates kind of a weird back alley vibe, which nobody really likes to go to or sit down. Roughly the same size, this spot, and suddenly I feel much better sitting here and enjoying whatever is going on here. So maybe we should start a new hashtag, inspiration for Prague from Prague, but just a different Prague neighborhood. The warrior that has the statue on top of the hill, named Žižka, is missing an eye. And if you're curious where the eye is, it's in this pup that is called the shot out eye, u vystřeleného voka, and there the eye is right there. This is one of those pups that should remain a secret for the locals. It's pretty cool. This video is being too positive, so let me be a little negative and point something out. If you do finish on the Prague Highline, you'll end up at the Prague main train station, but it's not finished here. It's been like this for more than a decade. The city should somehow connect this beautiful pathway that we walked along to the train station and not have an actual hole and just, I don't know what this is. But I hope in general the video was positive and we showed you many tips. I hope you will do this walk. You can actually start here at the train station and follow the path up to the lookout and to the places we showed you around Žižkov. And there's many, many more. One of the things I can actually point out is it's like tourist trap free zone. So you can be safe and discover whatever you want. My name is Janek, Honza is behind the camera, where we go by The Honest Guide, and we'll see you on our channel next week with some other tips or some other scammers or whatever we come across. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Where am I supposed to go, man? Am I gonna get fined for being here? In the end, I'm gonna teach you how to say railroad in Czech. Well, that is železnice. Železnice is railroad. It comes from the word iron, železo, železnice.